Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talk on the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we spliffed on, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this haunting her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck it, Bob, if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Ah, get him. Bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. Ha, I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt.
Everybody, how are you guys? Thank you all. Thank you all. You're very, very sweet. Let me say hello. Hi, Julie, BC, Canada. Probably gone, but hello. Hey, Stephen Crisco, my sweetie pie. Sorry if you hear my son. Hey, BB from VA, how are you? Hey, Joe Badass Joe, how are you, sweetie pie? Hey, Big Bad Wolf, how are you, sweetie pie? Hey, Megan Broussard, thank you so much. JJ, I gotta drop the link for you. Hey, JJ, sweetie pie, manita, how are you? Hey, Teresa, how are you, beautiful girl? Hey, Wanda Steves, how are you, sweetie? Hey, J Fit, thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much, sweetie pie. Hey, Vera, sweetie pie. I know, JJ, I'm gonna drop it for you right now. Hey, Bliss Chris, how are you, sweetie? Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Vera. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Mustang Sally, thank you so much. Thank you, Bliss. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Jenny Lee, how are you, sweetie? Thank you. Thank you. Let me drop this link for the JJ. Sorry, Jay, I just yeah, I did one of mine's like I forgot to drop the damn link. What the hell is this on my eye? Okay. Anyway, I dropped it. Did. Hey everybody, how are you guys? Happy Tuesday. Hey juror number 6. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, so much, so much. Hi everybody. Sorry, my son is here. I couldn't go into my son's room because my sons are home today. Um, oh, Jenny Lee, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So I have to sit out here because all my sons are home today. Um, Mondays and Tuesdays are the days when my sons are home. What did I just do? Sorry, JJ. I think you added yourself and I just booted you. I don't know. Whatever.
Hi,
Hi, Mama. How are you? Sorry
I
about.
am good. I'm so excited for you. I feel like
Thank
it's a
you.
birthday,
I know it is.
right?
It
Like
is
even
kind
bigger
of.
than like it's your 50th birthday or something. I don't know.
Right. It is a
It's exciting.
birthday kind of, you know what I mean? I
Hmm.
guess a reborn day, maybe
Yeah.
kind of little something. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and so a lot of people were live today. There's a lot of lives going on. There's a lot of stuff like usually on YouTube. Um, but I had already scheduled it, so I was like, gotta come live, gotta do it. And for people that may not know, I scheduled it today in members only. I did, let everybody know. I switched it from tomorrow to today, because then I remembered that today was my recovery day anniversary. Um, and I've been saying that I wanted to celebrate it. So instead of waiting till tomorrow to come on, I just scheduled it for today. Since I wanted to be on stream today, gotta put my glasses on. Yes, it's a rebirth day. Oh, hey
Who's
Wanda,
here?
how are you?
Oh, Wanda's here.
Surprise!
Hi, how are you, Mama?
I'm exhausted
Hi.
actually. I can barely keep my eyeballs open because I've been up all night with
Oh my
freaking
God, I
stream.
know.
Like it's action would pop up. I'd be sleeping, and then all of a sudden it'd be like, and then you're awake.
Yes,
It's been crazy,
It was
absolutely
just
crazy. Like
crazy. So I
all this
know I'm
stuff
gonna fall
happens in the middle of
asleep.
the night.
yeah.
So I wanted to come on and say I love you two both, and I
Thank
did really
you.
try to get that link up there and get them to look at you dancing around in a pink flamingo suit. Like, what was wrong
I
with
know
these
you
girls?
did. I know you did. I'm like, oh
That
no,
was
she dropped,
hilarious.
she dropped the flamingo one.
Well, I figured that they would look at it, but they didn't even look at the squirrel that I had a cotton ball stuck on its ass. A wild squirrel was running around my
That is
neighborhood,
funny. That is
and they wouldn't look
funny.
at it, and it's just like, bitch,
Yeah,
smack 'em.
everybody's like too interested in the stream to,
Well,
you
and
know,
it was
switch on over.
heated for the
Yeah.
first 8 hours. It was intense. So, and I was kind of like going, whoa.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you both how much I love you and how proud I am of you, Selfie
Thank you.
Queen.
Thank
And I've been
you.
sharing you guys in the streams. So I just want
Thank
I saw
you.
that you were. Thank you, Wanda. And I love you too. We've been friends a couple
yeah,
of years now, and I really, really love you very much, and I appreciate you so much.
I turned my camera on, but I'm in my
Yeah.
PJs. So
I get it. You've been up, yeah, since yesterday, since last
Yeah.
night. So
yeah,
I get it.
and now
I get it.
I'm going to take my CBD oil and that's going to be it. I'll be out.
That's it. You're gonna fall out.
So that's
You
what I said.
deserve it.
I want to
Get
say I
some
love
rest.
you. Happy
Thank you.
birthday,
Love you too.
happy celebration of this wonderful
Thank you.
time.
Thank
And
you.
the sky's the limit now, babe.
Thank
Anything
you.
can happen.
Right.
Okay,
Thank
so I'm
you.
going to drop out of here.
Okay, love you, Wanda. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Love
Thanks
the
for
chat.
coming
Love
up.
everybody in the chat. Okay.
That's so
Okay,
sweet.
See ya.
baby.
Bye.
Bye,
That
sweetheart.
was a nice surprise.
That was very sweet. Hi, Reagan. I'm sorry. Hey, my sweetie pie. Hi, Stormy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I really do. Hey, Miss Amanda. Hi, sis. I'm here. I just wanted you to know just how proud of you I am. Oh, you have come a long way and it
Mhm.
wasn't easy. I love you, sis, for life. I love you too, Miss Amanda. Thank
Aw.
you so much. You guys, it's great, and I wanted to celebrate this day as well, and I said it in members only, and I'm saying it again, of course, for people that aren't members. This is a day for not only me, it's a day for everyone. So many people are in recovery. Deborah, 17, has 22 years as well. So many people are in different stages in recovery, and even if you're still struggling, this is a celebration for all of us. You can do it. Don't ever give up. Don't ever let addiction make you feel defeated. Because I'm not special. Special in the way that I'm alive, and that's a blessing. But I'm not special in the way that if I can do it, anybody can do it. So that's why I really wanted to celebrate with everyone, because it's all of our days. Hey, Breezy girl, my beautiful Breezy girl. And thank you for the post, Breezy girl. That was so kind, and it brought me to tears. And when I was in Terry Lynn's and Mims, all of the amazing congratulations, and JJ, thank you for that. And all of the other
Welcome.
people that said that, it was so amazing and so sweet, and I appreciate you guys. Hey, juror number 6, how are you, sweetie?
Hello, my dear. I just wanted to congratulate you personally. I think that's incredible. And I want to say you and JJ are such inspirations. The chat, Wanda, Amanda, Miss Manda, everybody, fantastic. And I thank you all so much for your support. Today is a hard day for me, unfortunately, but I've been good. And
I'm
sharing
sorry.
this with you is fantastic because it lifts up my spirits, and I think I can do this. So
You
thank
can
you.
do this.
Yes, you
You
can
can
do
do
it.
this.
And I appreciate your support. It's amazing. And we love seeing you. And thank you. Thank you. Like, I just can't thank everybody enough because, in a way, Cindy's her own person, but people think we're conjoined. So it's like I'm celebrating too.
That's right. Yeah. And we're family. And juror number 6, I know that days are gonna get hard, and there's gonna be certain days that are gonna be worse than others. But you got this. You got this. And let's say, not trying to put that in your mind, but let's say you do fall, do not feel like it's the end of the world or you're a failure. Relapse is a part of recovery, but just know that you're not alone, and we're always here. Anytime you may need, if you feel that you're at that cusp where you're vulnerable, you can always reach out. And I want to give you my number. So I have to figure out a way to get you my number, because I want you to have my number. That way you could call me directly if you ever feel that way and you want to talk to me, because I know I may not be the person you call, but I want you to have that option to do that. And you got this, girl. You got this.
Thank
You
you.
got
Thank
this.
you, ladies. And I
Yeah.
just want to say this is really a group of queens out there. We all have
Aw.
our own battles and struggles, whether it's addiction or even little, paper cuts, let's say. We all struggle. We all have our own things,
Yes.
but
Yes.
what a group of queens out there. Like everyone should be holding their heads up high because everyone that I've met has been incredible. I haven't met you all personally, but you guys have been phenomenal. And together we've gotten through. I mean, it's only been a month and a bit for me, so I'm still there.
Don't say only. Don't say
So
that's
no, that's a big deal.
amazing.
But
That's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
after chatting with Miss Manda today and hearing her struggles, I really feel like I am in a group amongst queens here. So thank you all, and
Thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you.
Thank
And thank
you.
you for sharing with us and being vulnerable with us and trusting us to, to even share that with us. And I agree. I've met so many amazing people that inspire me every day and keep me going every day. And you've done so much for me. When I see you in my chat, when I see you in others' chats, I get genuinely so happy because I'm like, she's fighting the good fight. She got this. And you're not alone. You will always have our support, no matter what, always.
Thank
And
you.
that is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
And
reach
we're
out
very,
anytime. I don't, I've not had the addiction pass, but I've really learned a lot, especially being friends with Cindy. Really, that's where it started. And I said today in a chat, they were talking about addict shaming or something, and said, it's so easy to do that or go to that when you're ignorant and don't know any better. You just
yeah,
don't ever deal with it. But once you start to learn and you hear, and it's like, oh my God, there's so many people that are fighting basically themselves, and
yeah,
that's probably the
And
worst fight of all, but the
that,
one most worth fighting for.
yeah.
and that's exactly it. I mean, I work in corporate industry. I'm a professional, go into work every day. Um, I would say I was what I thought a functioning alcoholic. I don't know if there is such a thing, but that's the way my thought is. But
Yeah.
I hit it very well, or I believe I hit it well. I don't really know. But it makes me aware that we all have our own struggles, and we're all fighting something. And,
Yes.
I come across as polished and dress up for work every day, but no one knows the turmoil inside and, the hardship inside.
Of
So
course.
Right.
it's being with you guys, it's made me kind of open my eyes to a lot of people and saying, okay, you know what, let's be more understanding towards people because they probably have their own struggles as well. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I appreciate all your work. I'm not going to take long. I wanted to congratulate you and thank you again, ladies, for being so supportive.
Anytime. And
Thank,
thank you, juror
Thank
number
you.
6. And,
you.
and
Do
anytime.
Thank
do you
you.
mind if I ask you real quick what made you decide to just be done? Because I'm always curious with that. What makes a person decide, okay, no more. That's it.
Do you want the honest truth? This sounds terrible, and I will say it was a content creator on YouTube that I
Oh.
kept hearing drunk, and I was,
Mhm.
they're not good at covering it, and I don't think I was either. And that was the eye opener. And it's not someone I admire either. It was
Right.
just something that I kept hearing, and I felt bad because I kind of think like, well, she's trying to hide. They're trying to hide it, and get through their day. But when I heard how that person was reacting and the stuff that was coming out of their mouth, I was like, no, this is I can't let something control me like that. So,
Right.
Wow.
you
That's
know,
really, wow. That's that's crazy, but so cool. Like you saw something, you didn't want to be that, and decided to do better. And congratulations, because that's a big deal,
Yes.
and not getting in trouble and being forced to be clean and sober, or just deciding to say enough. I mean, either way is a big deal if you remain
Yeah.
clean and sober, but just deciding enough, that's why I like to ask. And some people will tell me, and some are like, none of your damn business. So,
And that's
Yeah.
the thing too, is I've been very I don't know what if luck is the word, but I've never had a DUI. But I can be honest and tell you that I have driven drunk.
Right.
yeah.
Well, under the influence. I won't say drunk, but I
Right.
while I was drinking. Um, so it's not like it took a tragedy, but I'm glad what I saw. And I'm glad it affected me that way. And I said, I can't do this. Like, this is just, it's not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for the people that I'm hurting. And I know I'm hurting people with it. So it was an eye opener. And, but JJ, I will tell you, like, I used to be a smoker, like just a cigarette smoker. And I quit that.
Wow.
That's
And
amazing.
My husband quit cold turkey too, the cigarettes. We went on a date. Finally, we were friends for a while, and then went on a date. And I told him I'm not kissing him if he smokes cigarettes. I was a brat, and he just put the cigarettes down and said he's not going to smoke them anymore, and never did again. And he smoked since he was like
Wow.
10 years old. I mean, I don't know how the hell he did that, but his parents always working and stuff. But yeah, so
Right.
it definitely can be done. And congrats, you're a really strong lady to be able to kick both like that on your own.
Trying. I mean, the cigarettes is, at least I've had that space in between, but I say nothing comes easy, and it's true. Nothing does come easy. It's not like you don't think about it. I still smell cigarettes and I still go, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a struggle, and it's a lifelong struggle, and I'm willing to accept that. And I look at, like, Cindy, you've done so phenomenal, and that
Thank
is
you.
like proof that it can be done.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because I didn't, years ago, I didn't think this would be a possibility. You know what I mean? And I think that that's what, like what you said, you saw somebody and you saw them drunk, on YouTube or on social media, and that was an eye opener for you. And so I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum, I guess. I'm like, I hope that people can see that it can be done. You know what I mean? Because when I was in my addiction, I was the worst of the worst. I really was. It was bad. It wasn't like a movie, it was gutter rat stuff. Um, and so that's why I come here and talk about it. And that's why I came here and talked about it from the beginning of my channel, because I wanted somebody else, if they could get something from my experience and not have to learn the hard way, or maybe I could be that moment of clarity for somebody too, that would make it all worth it for me, because I couldn't be that for my sister, and not even people I love in my life that are still using. So if I could do that for one person, it makes me so happy. And you guys don't know how much you help me too when you come and you tell me your stories and you share with me. It keeps me going. It really does. And it just reminds me of how amazing um, addicts and recovering addicts can be when we set our mind to something. And if we use all of that, the resilience and all of that we used in our addiction, and put it towards something positive, we're the most artistic people, the most ingenious people. So that's why I keep coming, and you inspire me, and I'm just so privileged and honored that you shared your story with us and that you're a member of our community. And I genuinely get happy when I see you. Seriously, juror number 6. It makes me happy,
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I'll let someone else who's might want to come up, but thank you again.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations, ladies, and
Thank you.
down in the chat.
Thank you, juror number
Thank
6.
you.
Thank you for
Thanks.
being here, sweetie. Hi, Danny. Thank you, Danny. I'm sorry. Forensic Mystics. Hello. Thank you. I saw Crisis. Hey, sweetie. So nice to see you. And my Jacob. I saw my Jacob, and yes, my Jacob used to smoke cigarettes and quit, and thank God, you know,
You got
because
new members.
I
You got
did.
new members. Yep.
Oh shit.
I'll read them. We got Katie
Oh
Longo,
yeah. Oh
Miss
yeah.
Cassandra, Jolly Rancher, Not That Girl, Kara, Lady Kentucky Lady P.
Yes.
Where else? Oh, Lula and Dorothy. I think
Yeah.
that's Dorothy. Is that
And
right?
Lisa Ann. Oh my God,
Lisa
Lenny.
Ann. Lenny.
Wow. Thank you. And Christina Vern,
Yay.
thank you. Oh shit, I got a lot of them. Oh my God, guys. Christina Verney, thank you for the super sticker. Miss Manda, thank you for the super chat. And Chronic, thank you for gifting the membership. Kathy got it. Yay. Hey, Megs, how are you?
Megs.
And thank you for everybody that's here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, JJ, for gifting the
You're
membership.
welcome.
Thank you for all the super chats and super stickers. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so sweet. And my Audi. Hi, Audi. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's I'm honored, and I really, really am speechless, you know.
Oh, that's so nice. Mustang Sally. Cindy, I took my break according to your live. Have to get back to work, but wanted to say you are a shining light. Congratulations.
Thank you,
That's so
Mustang
sweet.
Sally. That was so, so sweet of you. And thank you. Guys, stop it. Don't make me cry.
I
Thank
know,
you,
right?
Christina Bernie.
You
Love
made
you,
me get all
Chronic.
teary
My Chronic, love you,
teary-eyed.
girl. Yes, you guys are so sweet. Yes, my Audi. I was like, I saw you, girl. I saw you. Thank you, Miss Manda. I'm so proud of you too. And don't say it's only been 2 years. Like, girl, one day is amazing. You know what I mean? And that's why when juror number 6 was like, oh, it's only a month and some change, girl. The beginning is the hardest. You know what I mean? And to have 2 years, Miss Manda, and that was a life altering experience that you went through. Don't ever lessen that. One day is an amazing thing. Hi, Yasmina. Thank you. And so thank you, Miss Manda, for your super chats. And I love you. And I'm telling you, this is a day for all of us. My Shay. Hey, Shay. We've been keeping you and Megs in our prayers and your family, and love you, and I hope everything's getting better. And we will
I
continue
relayed
to
the
keep it.
information to
She did.
Cindy.
She did relay
Per
the
Megs.
message. Yes. And I'm so happy. And we're gonna keep those prayers coming. And um we love you guys, you know. They noted it too when I
Oh,
hung up on them and
Miss
went
Manda,
straight.
that was another super chat Miss Manda sent.
Yes, it was two, right? She sent
Two,
two.
yes. Two.
Thank you, Miss Manda. I appreciate you guys.
It's so nice.
I love you too, Miss Manda. I'm just happy you guys are here, and yes, you know, Shay and Megs are dealing with some family stuff, but we love them and we're gonna keep them prayers coming for them and anybody who needs prayers. You know, you're all in our prayers. And yeah, 2 years is epic. Like, guys, that's nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? That's why you can't take one day for granted. You know, I was thinking about it was February 28th, obviously, when the day that I stopped using, and I remember that day. I remember where I was. I was in the Bronx, and I remember my whole life like was it was bad. I had just gotten kicked out of my apartment. Like they locked me out. Sorry,
Mm,
excuse me. And it was so bad, like in active addiction, that Alex actually got himself arrested.
wow.
He got himself arrested on purpose because he was like, I can't take this anymore. Um, he went outside and did something, and he knew that the cops were looking for him because somebody came and told him, and he went outside and went to the cops and was like, "You looking for me?" Um, he was just overwhelmed. He was done with it, and so
Yeah.
he went um to jail. And I remember I had people in my house, and one of them, I don't know why, they turned on one of the burners of the stove. And I'm not going to go into details of my use, guys. I don't go into war stories. I'm just telling you what
Well, wait,
clicked
this was in
in
the
my head.
apartment that you got locked out of?
Yeah, so Alex went to jail, and this was the night. that before I got locked out. This was February
Oh,
20th.
okay.
February 27th, I was in my apartment. Alex got himself arrested, and I was in bed, and I had these people in my house, and they turned on the stove, I guess, to get warm instead of turning on the heat. Hi, Nurse Jen. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Nurse Jen. Um, and I remember one of my sons waking me up, like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, or something. And as soon as I sit up, I'm having an asthma attack because the gas was on. So I call an ambulance and I'm like, I can't breathe, whatever. Me and my son go to the hospital. I'm in slippers, mind you. And we're in the hospital the whole day. When we come back, they had locked us out because I don't
Wow.
know what happened when we were gone. You know, they saw the people in the house. I guess the neighbors complained. It was a whole mess. So now we're there. We have nowhere to go. So we had to go to a hotel nearby, and it just clicked. It was like this. What is this life? What is this life? Like what am I living this life for? And I was just tired. I was just tired. It wasn't fun. I wasn't doing it because I enjoyed it. It wasn't recreational use. It was just chasing that to not be sick. It was horrible. It was like it was the worst time in my life, and I had to decide, like, do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to keep living like this? And I didn't. And I didn't. And I was like, I made a choice, and that was the last day. I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. And I went into a detox, and I never looked back. I went through it and I got out, and I was determined. And then I went into the shelter and stood there and did what I had to do, and did what I had to do and got my jobs. So when I worked like three jobs, and got a
Wow.
place and never looked back, and
That's
it wasn't
amazing.
easy. It wasn't easy, but it was so worth it. You know what I mean? So worth
Hmm.
it. And I'm grateful for every day. Thank you, Shay. And thank you all, guys. I appreciate you guys. And that's why when I say I'm grateful, is because I still remember what it was like, what I put my family through, what I put my sons through. None of them deserve that, you know? And thank you, BB. Thank you so much, sweetie. And I had to learn to cope. That was the first thing I had to learn, that because when you're early in recovery, if you have a bad day or an overwhelming day or something happens, that is your coping mechanism. So the first thing I really had to learn was to cope. Like, you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have days where you feel like crap. When you get out of detox, nothing's gonna be fun. Everything's just gonna feel like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, you can get a
Hmm.
trip somewhere nice and it's like, oh God. Nothing is fun because your way of having fun was numbing and medicating it. So
And
I had to learn.
is it like you don't you
Thank you,
don't
Julie.
care about anything else? Like you don't care about participating in life basically anymore, and you just are constantly looking for, a fix? Is that what it's like with what you
Yes,
dealt with your drug of choice? That's what it was like.
yes. Hey, BB loves honey tea. Thank you, Mama. Yes, it's not that you're you can't focus on anything else. You can't focus on anything else. Hi, Susan Dawson. Thank you so much. You can't, JJ. It's not that you don't want to. It's not that you've lost that ability. That's all that matters, because you're sick and you're not feeling well. And to avoid feeling sick, that's the worst. I wouldn't wish withdrawals on anyone. Um, and it's not only opiates that make you withdrawals. You can have, opiates give you physical withdrawals, but cocaine and that, you do have physical withdrawals with that. People don't think you do. You do, but the emotional and mental withdrawals are just as bad. Because nothing's fun. Nothing's fun. You know what I mean? So that is getting the efforts, and that leads people back to addiction as well. Hey Joe, badass Joe. Did I say hi to my Joe already?
Mhm.
Hi Stacy, thank you. So there's a lot of things, but it's just learning a new way of life, you know. I'm so proud of you, Cindy. I know it wasn't easy. I was there too. I feel so bad the way I treated my family, but we are strong. We made it through. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I work every day to try to make amends. Um, because I know how I hurt my family, and I know that my sons couldn't understand why I chose drugs over them, and I don't think it was me willingly choosing drugs over them. I was just in so much pain, so much trauma, and I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to deal with the trauma. Hey, Clark Kent, thank you so much,
Hey,
Clark.
Clark.
I just love me some Clark. Thank you so much, Clark. I
That's
appreciate
Mr.
that.
Jules. Mr.
Yes,
Jules.
yes. Thank you. You know, yeah, me either. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't focus. And
Oh,
I was just in so much shade. Lord have mercy,
Shay.
girl.
That's so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shay. That was so generous of you. Love you. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Thank
cry.
you so
Y'all are making it rain for Cindy. I love it.
thank you. I appreciate you guys just being here is an amazing thing. But yeah, you're right, juror number six. It's wanting to numb the pain. It's not wanting to feel because it hurts too much. Or the memories or the trauma, you know, that you haven't dealt with is just too much. Um, but then what started being harder to deal with was the guilt. The guilt of not being there for my children the way I should have been was harder to deal with than even the trauma. Like
Yeah.
it was every day I would have nightmares and about my children. They were the real reason why I got clean. Like when I was early in my recovery, I used to think of my sons every day. Like on days where I wanted to just give up and relapse, I would think of my sons. Like literally, like okay. And and I thought of my sons until then it became so at first I got clean from my sons. And as time went on, then I started doing it for me. But initially, it wasn't for me. I didn't do it for me. I did it thinking about my sons. And then when you start going to groups and you start learning relapse prevention and all these things, then you realize, okay, it'll work. Your children, your family can be a motivating factor, but long term, you have to learn to do it for you and love yourself because it may not last. You know what I mean? So I started doing it for me. And not to say that I love myself more than my kids, but I realized I can't be there for them if I don't learn
That's right.
what my triggers are, what you know what I mean? So
That's right.
it
But I
lasted.
think,
Go ahead,
I'm
what?
sorry, go ahead. I
No,
don't
no,
I don't
no.
mean to talk over you.
No, no, go ahead,
Um,
please.
I think, whatever it takes to get you, kind of like light a fire under your ass to get yourself better is
Hmm.
regardless of what it is, whatever the reason is. But then once you start to go through all the therapy and the counseling, in rehab and stuff, I think it seems anyway, because again, I don't have a lot of experience, but once
Right.
I start going down a rabbit hole, I love to read and just learn more and more and watch documentaries and, do
Yeah.
all I can. And it seems like that's what is taught in rehab. Was it that way for you, that you needed to do it for you? Like
Yes.
and you got to remember too, all parents, I think some of that guilt, it's hard. I know that because I'm a parent. But it, sometimes you got to let go of that guilt because it'll eat away at you. And all parents think, at least every parent I've ever talked to wonders if they're doing a good job with their kid, if they made a mistake, or, there was a period of time where they went through a depression and really couldn't be there for their child. That there's guilt in that too. So I think we all have some sort of guilt when it comes to our
Yeah.
kids. So I really wouldn't, you are an amazing person. And for the last 22
Thank you.
years, your sons have had the real you. And that's, and your kids are not old, so it isn't like they went their whole life not knowing their mother. you know you did what you had to do, and I'm just so proud of you, and you're an inspiration. You really are. And I love what you do with the channel.
Thank you. I appreciate you, but I guess you're right. Guilt. It's easier to say, right? Like,
It
you gotta
is,
let go of the guilt, but it's so hard. Like to this day, I still have guilt.
of
My sons are
course.
adults, and I still have guilt. I can remember like a movie. I can remember certain days and things that I wish I could take back, and moments in time that I wish one different decision would have changed everything. And I know I can't think like that because you can't. That's not a possibility, right? And you think, okay, one decision I would have changed, but then that would have changed other things, and maybe some of my sons wouldn't be here right now had I changed those decisions. So that's the hardest thing to reconcile. That okay, Sophie, like you have to just everything that happened, it happened. It was for a reason, and that is something that I still work on to this day. Like I wish that I could take things back, and I can't. And I wanted my sons to know that through it all, they were like, I love my sons more than life. And I didn't always show it. And I get angry at myself because I should have known better. My mom was an addict and I still fell into addiction. And even though I went to school and I know that I had a predisposition, I had an addictive personality, all of these things, it still doesn't help the guilt that I deal with every day, you know. And so I work on that every day. I would be lying if I sat here and said I don't have any more guilt. I don't think I still think about that every day. Um, and I still, and now I'm here with my sons, and I look at them, and I know the mistakes that I've made, and I want to apologize to them every single day. And then you can't because you don't want to keep re-traumatizing your kid. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember when
reminding
you were,
them.
yeah, reminding them, but I want to say sorry to them every freaking day. You know what I mean? And so I think that the only thing I can do is be present in the moment and try to let them remember or remind them that I'm here. I'm here now. I can't go back 20 years ago and change that because if I could, I would. You know what I mean? So I have to
Yeah,
remember to
yeah.
be present in the moment because if I live in the past and keep dwelling on the past, I'm missing now. And I'm not
Hmm.
getting any younger. And I keep thinking about my mortality a lot, which I hate. I think about it a lot. And so I'm trying to make the best of now, not waste
I
any
mean,
time, you know?
my dad was, I was 20 years old when my dad finally got sober. So
Yeah.
I think, there's that difference. I bet, like your youngest, he was born after you were already clean. So,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
have that and he's gotten the best of you. It's just
Two of my
one of
sons,
those.
two of my sons were. Ouch.
Yeah, too. See, so, whereas I went with my dad being, an alcoholic until I was 20 years old. And the only reason that he stopped is because he knew, the only reason he got sober is because he knew I wouldn't let my kids be around him and I was
Yeah.
pregnant. And
Yep.
he told me he wanted to be a better grandfather than he was a father. He looked at it as kind of like a do-over. And, I gave him that. I had to. It was like, you're doing better and this is all I ever wanted. So,
That's right.
you know, yeah, yeah,
Miss Manda,
addiction's tough.
it is hard. And Miss Manda, that is horrifying. And I'm so
Oh,
sorry. And that shaped you for life.
yeah.
Even though they went to jail, it doesn't take away the trauma, the lifelong trauma that they inflicted on you. And
Yeah.
I understand that because I went through trauma as a child. Um, and it was never fully addressed or dealt with. Um, and as a kid, to feel like people don't believe you or they're not they're not defending you or protecting you,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing. And that's why I was always with my sons. I didn't play them kind of games. Like you're not sleeping over people's houses. Like that's not a thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I did
I
the
just
same.
didn't trust people. I didn't trust people. And I didn't want to wait till after something happened to my sons to then be like, do something about it. I wanted to avoid it. And I wasn't a helicopter parent, but that sleeping over people's houses, no, that wasn't a thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? My son's friends were always in my house, and that's just how I had to be. because I knew. And it's not like, oh, girls, with boys, you don't have to worry. You have to worry. You have to worry. You have to worry, because I had brothers that went through trauma too. So it's not just a girl thing. So I
Right.
refuse to allow them to. No, no way, no way. You did the best you could at the time, Cindy. Your sons love you a lot to take you out of a bad situation and tell you that you were going to live with them. You did something. My sons are amazing, and I don't want to take the credit for that. Um, but they are amazing men, and I'm so grateful for that. And something God knew He was doing. My sons don't battle addiction, as I said. Never say never. Yet it hasn't manifested in my sons, and I'm so grateful. So maybe the family curse or cycle has ended. I hope so. I never want my sons to deal with that, and my sons
No,
are,
I think,
you know,
yeah, and I know that addiction can start at any age, but I think your sons, they all seem to have such a good head on their shoulders. So, you should be proud in that way. It isn't like your kids are out there, behind bars or something, and you have so, your guilt, you
yeah,
have it. But like I
yeah,
said, all of us as parents have some sort of guilt for something we may have done or something we wish we could have changed.
yes,
Mine, for me, a big guilt was not recognizing the signs that my daughter was diabetic, type 1 diabetic, just as a little girl. So it not recognizing the signs right away, and I would replay over and over and over in my head, oh my God, what if she would have went to sleep and didn't wake up? Or you think those things. It's
yes.
something that I couldn't help, and my therapist told me that it's normal, but you got to work through it,
Yes.
or it'll eat you alive.
You have to work through it because that wasn't your fault. You didn't know what to recognize. You know what I mean? Like, that's that. And I understand your guilt as a mom, the thought of something happening to your child, even though
Hmm.
they're good now, they've gotten through it. I know you shudder at the thought of
Oh
even
yeah, she was
that
so
having,
sick.
yeah.
She was
So I
sick,
get it.
sick. I mean, like almost 20 pounds lost in a month. It was just horrible. And the doctor just kept saying it was the flu, So, but like those, I kept telling myself, well, you had the mommy instinct in you. You knew there was something
Yes.
wrong more,
Yep.
but you did. Like, I have that guilt, and there's other instances too where I have guilt.
Of
So,
course. As a mom,
but my kids grew up and they're 21, and my son's going to be 24 soon, and my daughter's 21. And I look at them and think, okay, well, I didn't mess them up too bad. They're good
yes.
kids. So it's just, I don't know. I think you've done a great job. You really have.
I'm trying. And
From where you came from, oh my God,
yeah.
you
And
know.
and so it's every day, you can't get complacent in your recovery. You can't, because then it'll sneak up on you. I know that every day for the rest of my life, I have to keep my recovery right here, right in front of me, like a neon sign reminding me. You know what I mean? Because the day that you feel like, oh, that I don't have to worry about that anymore, it can definitely creep up on you. Depression, all of that stuff, and it's
Hmm.
it's called get going into relapse mode mentally, because you go into before you relapse physically, you relapse mentally, and it can creep up on you and you don't even see it until it's right here on your shoulder and it's already too late. You know what I mean? Because
So
there,
are you taught in rehab? Are you taught how to recognize that?
not in rehab. I mean, you have groups, but rehab is typically like 28 days. Unless you
Oh,
stay in a residential, then you're grouped out. But it's more about making meetings. The meetings is where you learn all of these things. You learn, there's different um, groups. There's relapse prevention, there's grief counseling, there's all of these different things. And you learn triggers, you learn warning signs, you learn what to look for, you learn um, how to cope, all of these things. You learn to reach out to people, to talk to people, to be more open, to be more honest, that you're only as sick as your secrets. Those are
hmm.
cliche sayings, but it's true. And I remember I told you when I first started, I thought I had to, tell everybody everything I've ever
Yeah.
done since the fourth grade. And that wasn't it. It's just when they meant you're only as sick as your secrets, is that if you feel yourself slipping back into old behaviors, tell somebody, talk to somebody, let it out so that they can be there and support you and get you through it. Because if you're having these feelings and you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't get support, then you keep down that road of relapse mentality until you're already walking to go cop, and then it's already a done deal by that point. So, and I get what you're saying, Joe. She said my dad never took a drink until he was 36 when he and my mom divorced. He and his brothers were raging alcoholics, but all three of them stopped after many years, each for different reasons. And I think that's why it's important to for education, for my sons to know what addiction looks like, to know the family history, and to understand that they have to be willing to talk to somebody if they're overwhelmed. For people around them to pay close attention. Me, if I see them slipping into addictive behavior, to let them know this is one of those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because even though they have a mom who was an addict, father, grandparent, they may not be able to recognize it in themselves. So that's why it's about a whole village. It's about open communication, talking to them, and I'm so grateful. Most my sons come and they talk to me when they're going through stuff, and vice versa. We talk about everything almost and anything. It was funny. One of my sons the other day, yesterday, I think, we're in the kitchen and he's like, he's talking to me. He's like, I can't tell you this. This is too much. Like, I think this is too much. And I'm like, boy, shut your ass up. He's like, it's kind of a lot what I'm about to say. I'm like, boy, shut your ass up. And when he told me, I was like, really? Really? Like, what the fuck? That was too much.
My
And
kids tell me a lot, like TMI. I'm like,
no,
okay,
yeah,
I
he
don't
did
need to
too.
know that. I don't say I don't need to know it, but thinking,
He
oh my
did too,
God.
but I rather he tell me, and I can, because I'm a female. So if you're going through something with females, talk to your mother, because I'm a female. I'm like, I'm not, I know I'm an
Right.
old ass lady, but I was once a young lady, and I know how women think. I know all of that shit. So you can talk to me because I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? And I'm glad he did talk to me, and it's hilarious. We laugh and we joke, and so that those are things that I look forward to. Because if I was in my addiction, you know, I was thinking about my mom, and that's why I've been in my head a lot. And that's
Yeah.
why Glenn Bailey is like a weird thing for me. She is. I, Jen Bailey's weird for me because I don't know. I just go back
You
and forth.
feel bad for her,
I
but at
do.
the same time, you know that she's doing harm to others and it's
Yes.
unacceptable.
Yes.
Those two things can be
True at
true.
the
They can
same
happen
time.
at the same time, right?
Yes.
And I
And
understand that. You want to have compassion for the human being,
I
you
do.
know.
And for the things that she hasn't come to terms with, hasn't dealt with, I don't think she's fully grieved. But I grieve for my mother. I do. And I talk about my mother's death a lot. And I was thinking about that too. I was like, because people are like, stop talking about your mother to Jen. But I think it's a different scenario because she blames people
Yeah,
for
yeah.
her mother's passing and for all
She
this stuff.
sure does.
And I think that's the difference. I think when you've lost anybody that you love, it's healthy to talk about them. I don't think anybody should try to forget people they love. And so, I say a lot, yeah, I lost my mother or whatever, because I'm dealing with that grief every day. I don't think that grief will ever go away. But the fact that I had been through so much with my mom, right? My mom was an addict her whole life, my whole life. Not her whole life, my whole life. My mom was an addict. Um, and to not see my mother when they removed us from my mother, then to be reconnected with my mother as an adult, and to become so close with my mother, to move in with my mother, and become close. And she was like my best friend, you know. Her and my sister were my best friends, and my sister passed away, and my mom, she was my best friend. I talked to her about everything. She was always in my house, and so when she relapsed, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. For her to
Mm.
relapse in her 60s, and I was just so hurt, so angry. And had I known that she was gonna pass away, and I would have handled it different. So I have a lot of guilt with that. And it's hard. So a lot of days are hard. A
But you're
lot of days.
working through it though, and I always know,
I am,
when you're going through something, and you can always come to me, talk, call me, whatever. But I
yeah,
always know, I can tell. I could tell. It's like you're distracted. Something else is
yeah,
in your mind. I can tell right away.
yeah. And I've been
But
thinking a lot about it,
but
you
you
know?
don't have any you're not, you have cigarettes, but it isn't like you're dealing with it basically.
Yeah. I'm dealing with it. Yeah, 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 definitely.
Mhm.
I smoke my little cigarettes and stuff, but that's it. Yeah, I don't drink. I don't go have a drink because no. I deal with it. I've been dealing with it. I just get a
Uh-uh,
little.
You had 2 drinks since I've known you. So we want to put that out there because people will try
Oh
to
yeah,
say
yeah,
you're a
no, no. I
liar.
mean, I just meant like recently. I didn't go have a drink when I felt depressed.
No,
That's what
no.
I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I've had 2 drinks since. Yeah, you're right. Like I'll drink on my birthday once a year. It's like shit. What the hell? But
Hmm.
but yeah, it's
And
sad.
alcohol really isn't your thing. So it's
Yeah,
like,
it's
you know.
not. Yeah, it's not. Hennessy. I love my Hennessy, but one drink and that's enough. I don't want to. I don't want to lose my faculties. I don't. I don't want to lose. I don't want to be. No, no, no. I like to be in control of myself. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, okay. Miss Manda says my son is 19 and I worry about him going down the same path as me. But we talk all the time and I'm honest with him about my fears. And that's the most important thing, Miss Manda. I think that's all you can do. Be open, honest, and educate the warning signs, all of that stuff with your son. I think that's all we can do. And just, we don't want to hover over our kids, right? And always be like, ah, you're not using drugs, right? You're not because sometimes that can push our kids. You've ever been accused of shit so much that you're like, might as well do it. And that can be a thing. So I think it's just paying attention and being proactive and having that open communication with your kids. I think that's all we can do, you know?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was a
Juror number
Mormon.
6.
Sorry, wait, let me just read this real quick. I was a Mormon for
Okay.
almost
Yeah.
30 years, so I didn't smoke or drink, etc. But with the family history, I have a fear of anything addictive. They gave me hydromorphone or morphine. After my knee surgery, I was scared of it. And I think as long as you're careful and sometimes even taking it as prescribed, but you don't want to take it for too many days consecutively because then you can become dependent on it and doctors may not realize that, and so you have to be careful, but also don't let yourself be in pain either because that's not a smart thing. I'm sorry. Hey, Corn's mom, I can't stay but wanted to come in and say congrats. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Love you, Corn's mom. Love you so much.
That's your
um
sweetheart.
Jen is using her mom as content and for sympathy. In my opinion, you are still grieving the loss of your mom, not for content. Yes, not content.
Mhm. Yeah,
My
big
mother will
difference.
never be content. My mother will never be used. Like if I come here and I do something wrong or I say something wrong, I will never be like, don't come at me, my mother. Like my mother's, I deal with
Yeah.
my mother, I deal with my grief privately. And sometimes I come and I talk about it here, but never to deflect from things that I've said or done wrong on the internet. Like I think, no. And to blame somebody,
Uh,
no. Anyway, let me.
That's just wild, blaming other people for something that it's just crazy to me, but
Yeah,
that's against the law. It's against the law to say that.
we're breaking the law saying that
We're
right now,
breaking the
girl.
law.
We're going to
We're
jail.
breaking it.
Hey,
We're going.
Stacy Avocado. Stacy Avocado. Sorry. Okay, juror number 6. This may sound odd, but Cindy, I believe you needed to chat with her openly to release the guilt.
Hmm.
I maybe I do. Oh yeah, I do try to talk to her. Um, and I hope that she's at peace. I hope that she's went to a better place. Because I believe in God.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish I could. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But yeah,
No. No
I'll try.
crying.
I'll try that. I'll try that. Talking and maybe it'll give me some
Release,
comfort. Yeah.
yeah, release, what you
Yes.
have bottled up inside.
Yeah. And I agree,
It's a
Crisis.
great idea.
Education does wonders, and true, they're people too. I agree. Hey,
Hmm.
Pam, how are you? I hope your headache is better. Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you too, sweetie. I hope your head is feeling better. Thank you for talking about the proper use of pain medicine. I think that people can get terrified of medicine, but when used properly, yes,
Hmm.
don't be afraid of it because I don't want people to be afraid and be in excruciating pain and go through agony when you don't need to. I think it's just about talking to your doctor, especially. Talk to your doctor, let them know about your fears, um, and just have that. I think that's the most important thing. A lot of people don't talk to their doctors. You know what I mean? That's why when your doctor asks you, "Do you have any questions?" and some people are like, "No." Don't trust anybody 100%. If you have any um, anxiety, talk about it. If you have any questions, any concerns, talk about it. Ask the questions. Ask the questions. And if you in your gut feel, there's been times where I've went to a doctor and didn't agree and went and got a second opinion, and the second opinion was totally opposite than what the first doctor told me, but I go with my instinct. I was like, okay, I don't know, I'm not feeling this. Went to a second doctor, got a second opinion, and went with that, and I'm good now. So that's why, doctors are professionals, but they're humans as well, you know what I mean? So go with your
Yeah.
gut, and you have to just talk to your doctor, and I think that's what's important to me. So that is what I think. Anyway, I was gonna talk about relationships and stuff, but I think we'll do that. Hopefully, maybe I don't know, Friday. I don't know. Maybe
Friday.
tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my gosh. Okay. I okay. So I don't. I whatever. I don't. I gotta be careful. I almost said what I've been doing at work. I don't want to do that because people are not
Don't,
well. Yeah. Yeah.
don't.
No.
Yeah.
I almost did. But I just found out that my boss um is getting tested. She was in remission, and
Oh
she
no.
and it may have come back. So I don't have to go back until Friday because she's getting tested and stuff. So I don't go back till Friday. So I will be here tomorrow. Thursday I have to go into the city. So if we were live yesterday. Damn, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't know. That may be a lot for JJ to do, but if we're up to it, we
No,
can come tomorrow and do the live and talk about what we wanted to talk about, relationships and all of this stuff.
yes.
Because I wanted to do it today, but I just don't feel like it's not the right vibe. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like we wanted to be talking about it and being able to have fun with it too,
yes,
you know.
yes. And I just think that I wanted to come and tell you guys how appreciative I am of you guys, and to let you guys know how much you help me on a daily basis. Like, honestly, you guys really do. Hydromorphone. Okay, hydromorphone. I hope I'm saying that right. Is the name of it in Canada. I was told it is a clean form of morphine which gives me headaches and itchiness. Like, oh my God, no. Let me tell you something. Morphine does that to me too. It makes me itch. I don't know if you guys have ever seen people that are on opiates that okay, maybe you don't know what to look for, but I can tell you uh, one of the common side effects of opiates is the itching and the scratching. Um, they'll have like the nose itching, the face itching, the itching, scratching all the time.
Your face itches from it?
Yeah,
Wow.
so if you, okay, guys, trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning. Anybody who snorts, opiates,
Hmm.
right? I'm trying not to trigger people. Anybody who snorts it may get their nose itching. So their
Oh.
nose, and I've seen people scratch or rub their nose raw, red from,
Oh God.
so it becomes really raw and red, and down here becomes really red and raw from like scratching because it becomes itchy. And that happens a lot, that itchiness. I don't know why, but that is a common side effect of opiates. The itchiness, It happens a lot, a lot. So that is a common thing, Joe. It really is. I don't know the scientific reason why it happens, but I can tell you that early in my addiction, I would have the nose itching and all of that. Would mess with my nose a lot. So yes, that is a thing. That see, yeah, Miss Manda, she said yes, yes, yes. That is a thing.
Wow.
So I don't know why that is, but yeah, it feels like bugs crawling. See, it is. It's so weird, but it gives you like this itchy thing, and it's very common, guys. I'm telling you, I used to see a lot of people that were high on heroin, and they'd be nodding, but they'd also be, and sorry, not trying to trigger anybody, but they'd be like nodding and be scratching themselves, or in mid nod, they'd be scratching, like this a lot, and it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? And so that's a thing. And these are also warning signs that people know. And sometimes people will think that that is something else, and it can be just be medication. Like morphine is a medication. It's not like a street drug, but it has the same effect. The same. You still get addicted to it. You still abuse it. All of these things. So yeah, it's like an allergy. Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. Because I told you guys I was allergic to whatever was in the opiates, and so I would get itching. My lungs would seize up on me, and that's why I would go into an instant asthma attack, and that's why I had to be intubated 3 times because I was
Wow.
allergic to whatever they were putting in it, and that's why the doctor told me my third time waking up after being intubated because I would pass out. I wouldn't be able to breathe, and I'm like, I can't breathe, and I would pass out and wake up in the hospital with tubes. One time, I had a tube in my mouth. One time, I had a tube in my nose. One time, I had a tube in my mouth and my nose.
God.
And I didn't feel being intubated because I was knocked out, but I felt them removing the tube because I was then awake. Because you can't talk. So when I wanted to talk, they had to remove the intubation. Horrible. And the doctor was like, girl, you stopped breathing this time. Like, we had to resuscitate you. Like, if you don't stop, you're going to die. You
Oh
know?
God.
So it's crazy, but yeah. So that is a thing. I was on Benadryl for the itch as well as the hydromorphone. Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It happens. And it can be a combination. Some people may not even know that they're allergic. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel glad that I got to come in. I know it's not a long live. There's still a lot of lives going on, and I was watching a lot of YouTube all day, and I'm a little tired.
Oh yeah. I was up
You
at 4 o'clock this morning and I see Terry Lynn live and I'm like, all right, well, while I'm getting ready to go to a meeting, I had a meeting at 7
hmm
this morning. I'm like, now listen
I
to
started
this and
watching it last night, and then I woke up early this morning, and she was still live, and I was catching it, and I was, because things happen, and you don't understand why things are happening, and then I was watching today, and Jules got some more pizzas. Terry Lynn Mims, while they're live, they're all getting pizzas sent to their house.
who
Like,
does
come
that?
on, we're doing this pizza thing again, sending people, and they're not thinking about the workers, the drivers, and it's wrong, man. These people, they make minimum wage, they work for their little tips, and now you're making them drive all the way out to somebody's house, and the pizzas are not paid for. So now they have to go back. They may get in trouble, that people may think that they just didn't deliver to the right person. Like, it's just messed up. It's
Mm-hmm.
just messed up,
Yep,
especially
yep.
Jules was recording it, and you see the guy stood there, was a DoorDash driver, because they didn't, Pizza didn't even have delivery guys. So they had to get a DoorDash guy to come pick up the pizza and drop it off. This guy didn't speak English. So he's roaming around because he wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a misunderstanding because there was a language barrier. He stood there longer. That's less fares for him because he's staying there, coming in and out. Like, it's grimy. It's grimy. At least pay for the pizzas, you pieces of anyway. Oh my God, she gets me so
I
angry.
know, I think of for me, with having a small business, I think
Yes,
of the
I
small
Bliss,
business
you're right.
owner. We do everything we can to keep our employees and to have product and people are they think that if you have a business, automatically that means that you're
Yeah, me
wealthy
too.
somehow. Well, no, you got to work your ass
No.
off. And
Yes.
running a business has tremendous overhead,
Yeah.
and you know,
Yeah.
and in a way, it's stealing because it's
It
wasting,
is.
you know, all of that product that they could have sold because they're not going to be able to sell it to somebody else.
And it's wasteful. There's people that are
Right.
hungry. There's people.
Yeah.
We're in a recession, guys. Like seriously, we're going into a serious recession.
We
People
are. Hmm.
struggling, and you are wasting food when there are children, families that would have eaten that pizza, and it's disgusting. For what? For YouTube bullshit. Like, I'm so tired of this childish bullshit, bro. And that's why I'm
Hmm.
so glad nobody knows my address. That's why I was like, one good thing about now being separated and divorced is that I moved. They don't know my address now. Can't send me no damn pizzas because I would end up paying for the shit. Even though they would probably put anchovies and all kind of nasty shit on it, I would end up paying for it because I just, not trying to say they should have paid for it. I understand that. Like, fuck, I ain't got no money to pay for no damn pizza, and you putting extra stuff that I don't like on it. But my dumb ass would have paid for it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just
Yeah, because you definitely would have,
my
even
yes,
if it was,
my sons work in hospitality, and I know if my sons don't get tipped and they work hard, so I know how it is. You know what I mean? When you're working as servers and waiters and all this shit, or as drivers and delivery men, I always tip them. I can't. If I can't afford to pay for a delivery to be made, I will call it in and walk my ass and pick it up. Seriously, that's just how I am. There's no
yeah,
way
yeah,
I'm gonna make them
exactly.
drive and I can't pay them a tip. Then I'm gonna walk my happy ass I will call so it can be ready. I walk my happy ass to the restaurant. I'm not gonna have them come and I don't have a tip for them. I just feel like that's gross. That's fucked up. And they need to
You
just
know,
grow
and
up.
you can't blame, TL, and if they don't have it, they don't have
No,
it, and
no,
they didn't ask
definitely.
for it,
Yeah,
and
no.
that really, really, really sucks because
Yeah,
I would have tipped the driver, but I probably
yeah.
wouldn't have taken the pizza, especially because Jules hates onions and she
She
gets a pizza
does. She
piled on
does.
with onions.
Yeah, no
That's
way. I'm not
it's
paying
so
for right.
like
I get
grow
that.
up,
My dumb ass
grow
would
up.
pay for it, but you know what? In my defense, I have all these boys. One of them gonna eat it. You know what I mean? Like, but Jules lives by herself, paying for $30 something for pizza. You ain't gonna eat. That's not gonna happen. Hold on one second.
Yeah, and oh, where was it? A breezy girl says,
Sorry.
where was it? Where was it? This is so
Yeah,
true. It's so wrong and childish. The workers are the ones who are suffering.
yeah,
Just because you hate someone, you are making businesses suffer, right?
yes,
Like it's not
yes.
hurting the people that the pizza's sent to.
It's
It doesn't
not.
hurt them,
It's
you
just an
know?
inconvenience, right? It's an
It's
inconvenience. Somebody knocks
annoying.
on your door and you're like, oh my God, another pizza. You're hurting the business. You're hurting the freaking delivery guy because now he can't make another delivery. He's out of a tip and he can get in trouble with the job, man. Like it's just you're no, it's fucked up, man. And then to order two pizzas to Terry Lynn, two pizzas to Mims. So you're doing it twice. So now there's multiple food loss, time loss, money loss. Like for what, puñeta? Like for
Hmm.
what? And it's always surrounding the same people. Guys, pay attention, man. Certain people,
Yeah,
like, I'm just
been
tired
saying
of it.
that.
It's just ridiculous. Keep your shit. YouTube, you want to call each other bitches and yada yada yada. I keep saying
Right.
keep the shit on YouTube, man. Keep
That's
the
what
shit
I said
on
too. I'm
YouTube.
like, just go on your stream like you do, like, and say what you got to say. But all this extra stuff, it's it's just not cool. It really isn't. I don't know.
No,
I
they're tone deaf. And they don't read the room. They don't even read the world. Like, do you not see what people are going through? Like, I was
hmm
always taught food is the worst thing you can waste. My
yeah.
parents always taught me that. We don't waste food. Yeah, I always taught my sons that. Don't eat with your eyes. It's always better to eat something, and if you want more, take more, make more, but don't make a whole bunch and then you waste half of it. I used to always tell my sons, don't eat with your eyes. I don't care how much you eat. I don't want it to waste. Take some. If you want more, you take more. Don't fill up your plate and then you waste it. And then you put hot sauce and all this shit on it and then you don't eat it. It's wasteful. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, So I think that's important. And these are grown ass people. We're all grown adults. The majority of us are in our 30s, 40s. You know what I mean? There's a small percentage in their 20s, but 60s, 70s, like, come on. Come on. Pizzas? Like, so childish. Like, I didn't even do that as a teenager. I don't think I've ever ordered somebody a pizza. Maybe that's a suburban thing. I don't fucking know. I never did that shit. Like, what the fuck?
I never did, but I knew people who did, but it was like middle school, 13 years old, not
Yeah.
grown ass adults.
I guess
Get
because food was always something you don't waste. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna call a pizza to somebody's house. It's just wasteful. Like what the hell? And
It is.
I just never did that. But prank calling, I did all that shit. Just not ordering food to people's house because I was always like, food is. And I grew up hungry as a little kid. I've shared this with you guys. We were hungry as a little kid, so that was never funny to me. Order a pizza to somebody's house, like that was just never funny to me because I grew up hungry. Hungry, and then going to live with my parents that I didn't know what hunger was. That just wasn't never. It was never my thing. But
Yeah.
again, even if you did it, that's a juvenile thing. That's a teenage thing. When you grow up, you put those kind of things aside. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And it's sickening. It's fucking sickening, man. The accusations being made against people doing all this crazy shit. If you don't like people, just anyway, it's like I'm fucking speaking into the void, bro.
I
I
know.
It's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I don't understand how people just can't. You don't like each other, just move away from each other. Don't fuck with each other. YouTube is a big place, but people can't do that. Yes, people are starving. Right now, there are people hungry and we're
Hmm.
wasting food. Like, no. Yep. Pay attention to the ones who never got pizzas sent to their houses. Yep. I agree. I agree. And I think that that's it too, Stephen. I've volunteered at soup kitchens. I've worked at drop-in centers. I've worked in homeless shelters. So I know, I've seen homelessness. I've been homeless. I know what that is. And we used to get Aubon Pain and all these places every night would deliver to where we were, and they would give us the sandwiches or the wraps as a snack. You know what I mean? So I just don't think it's cool. Stop wasting. Stop wasting food. Just cut it out. It's not
It
funny.
serves no purpose. It
It
really
serves
doesn't.
serves
No
none.
purpose at all. It makes no
None.
sense.
It's not
You know,
even clever. It's not even like a gotcha, bitch. It's like, what?
right.
You
And
guys
and
are
we've said it how
immature.
many times? Pay attention to the people who do this stuff over and over and over again. And then we'll cry victim.
Pay
You know,
attention to the
I
patterns of behavior, guys. Like the
yeah.
patterns of behavior. You know what I mean? Especially if people are not working towards change. You make mistakes, you learn from it, you act out of anger or whatever, and you apologize and you work on being better. But you
Right.
just keep on doing it, and you just keep moving to other communities to do it. Pay attention to the patterns. And I'm talking in general, because people always think the song is about them. I'm talking in general. I swear to God,
It's so
man.
true.
Always
If
think
the
that.
shoe fits.
Oh my God, don't say that. 'Cause I'm like, now we know what you were talking about. But that's a saying, if the shoe fits, where, you know what
Oh
I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Is if the shoe, like if it applies to you, then it's you.
but the situation with Terry Lynn is with Amber, and she has if the
I
shoe fits.
know, and that's her name. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, that's how like girl. They won't be like, oh my God. No, it's a saying, and we've been saying that since before that. So whatever, I don't care. I worked at a pizza place in Las Vegas, and I was in charge of dispersing the leftover pizza to the food pantries. And I think that's amazing. It's important. It's important. Stacy's cracking up. Girl, I don't want no damn pizza. At least pay for it, please. Listen, send me a pizza. Just pay for the damn shit. Just
I
go ahead. I
know.
don't care. Put anything on it. I don't care. We
I
listen.
almost put yeah, I would love a pizza, but I
Yes,
absolute or no,
yes.
I would hate a pizza. And the worst part, don't send me a pizza with extra cheese and pepperoni and vegetables. Don't do it.
Right?
Don't even
Don't send
don't
me
do
with
it.
mushrooms. Oh my God, please don't put extra cheese and mushrooms on
I
mine.
know.
I will have to send it back. I will
Stupid.
refuse to eat it. Okay, extra mushrooms. Fuck,
Yeah.
I love that. I'm. It is. You're right, juror number six. It's become crazy. They want to, poor shame you, wealth shame you. The shit about calling people
This is the
fat
dumbest
and
thing. Wealth
it's
shaming.
yes, wealth shaming. I never heard of that shit till YouTube. I never heard of that shit since YouTube. Like, girl, you have too much money. And like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You have no money. You have too much money. You're too skinny. You're too fat. You don't wear enough makeup. You wear too much makeup. Oh my God, what the fuck? So I've been switching it up, right? Selfie's a clown with her makeup. Lately, I've been wearing no makeup. Now I came back. I'm trying to throw them off. Like, you know, will she wear makeup again today? We don't know. Fuck out of here. It's crazy. Oh my God. I don't want any sausage, green peppers, or onions on mine. That's right.
Exactly. Same. I don't want that pizza either.
No, me either. Please. That's all. I don't know. People always think, oh, put anchovies on it. Listen, my sons are weird. They'll like all that shit. So it's the
Yeah,
broke bitches
I
wealth code.
love anchovies.
I
Are
know,
yeah.
Breezy, right? And it's always it's no, and you know what? Too, it be the broke ones too that want to call other people broke too. Like, what the fuck, girl?
Yeah.
What
Yep.
the hell? Like what? You broke bitch. I can afford. You can afford what, bitch? Stop lying. Who you lying to? Who you lying to? Who you lying to? Who you lying to, bitch? Because you ain't lying to me. And I'm a broke bitch. But I'm a happy broke bitch. Okay? Because I am. Because I don't live beyond my means. You know what I mean? I don't have Kool-Aid pockets with champagne tastes. No, bitch. No. I'm very happy and content in my life. You know what I mean? Like the fuck, like I got elf pockets and fucking Charlotte Tilbury taste. No, bitch. Talking about that. Oh, I'm so mad.
What happened?
My new elf fucking beauty blender. It was made to go specifically with the camo concealer. It's new. It was beautiful. The shape was amazing. I was
Stormy?
I had it drying on the island. Stormy destroyed it. When I was live yesterday, I came out, it was destroyed. Both of my beauty blenders because I washed them after I used them. I'm not trying to get acne. I washed
Yep.
them after I used them and I put them right there to dry because I don't, want bacteria on the shit. She had both of them ripped apart to shreds. I was like, not my
Oh
new
no.
one. No. And it was the last one they had there. So now I gotta, and then it snowed here. So I gotta go. And when I go into Manhattan on Thursday, I'm going to look for that beauty blender. It was amazing, JJ. The shape, it just, oh, was so good for under my eyes. I was sick. It was brand new. I still got the box right there. I don't even know why I still have the box. I need to
Is the camo concealer any good? I haven't
I
tried it.
love it. I love it. I
Oh.
rebuy it all the time. I love
Yeah,
it.
people say it is good.
I love it. I rebuy it. I all the time. Yes. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I always use that. And I've been really liking the e.l.f. skincare lately. I'm telling you, it's helped my skin a lot. So I love it. But I'm Stormy. I know. I was so mad at her for a minute. And then and then I was mad at my son Jay. I was like, you were right here. He's like, I'm like, motherfucker. He was sitting right there in his little spot, and but she's quiet. I can't be mad at him. It was my dumb ass. Don't leave it. My son tells me, Ma, don't leave nothing there. She will violate you. But I didn't think. And then, it looks like a toy, I guess. The beauty blenders look
Yeah,
like toys
yeah,
for her.
it does.
So she must have been like, oh, they put a toy up there for me, young. She was no, you know what she did? She was getting me back because I was live and I closed the door. I didn't let her in. She was like, "Oh, bitch, you want to lock me out? Okay, yep, I'm gonna fuck with your
Oh my
door."
God, mine can be so spiteful with that. They really can.
They work
Oh,
so good, Jura number six. I'm telling you, you don't have to buy the expensive beauty, the brand beauty blender. Do not spend no $20 on that shit. The Elf, um, sponges are amazing. They have the red one that's amazing. The one that goes for the camo concealer is actually like beige or cream color, and it's like oval. It's just so perfect for under the eyes. I'm telling you, I love it. And Elf is so affordable. I would recommend their sponges. I'm telling you. Don't spend a lot of money on no damn face sponges. But I use sponges and brushes. I use the brush first, and then I use the sponge to make so that there's no streaks. You know what I mean? So you don't have streaks.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Did I show you guys my eyes today? Oh my God, JJ. I used the foam applicators. I got these little foam applicators, the old, eyeshadow applicators, guys.
Yeah.
Look at how I used this color, this shimmer before. Look at how vibrant it looks now with that applicator. It's
Yeah, it
like
looks
night and
great.
day. I've used this before and it does not look this. It's amazing, guys. I'm
I
telling you.
usually use my finger.
I do
I
too,
try
but
those.
I like the foam applicator because with my finger, I can't be so precise with it. It usually gets it everywhere. But with the foam applicator, it's so small, I was able to get it exactly where I wanted it. And it just, oh my God, the shimmer just was gliding on I love it. I love it, guys. I'm telling you. Anyway, it just went into makeup. Yeah, I know makeup is my happy place, but yeah,
Heck
so
yeah.
I love it. But I'm happy. Yes. Wait, do they say to use a damp? Yes, you should always use a
Damp. Yeah.
damp blend. I mean, a
Always.
damp sponge for anything. Don't have it saturate. You know what I do too? I'll dampen it a little bit. Make sure you don't want it soak. Leave it sit for a few minutes, and if it gets a little dry, I'll take like the Elf's coconut setting spray, and I'll spray it on
Mm-hmm.
there to dampen it a little bit, and do my concealer because it kind of helps it to set too. It kind of sets it because it's setting spray, and that's what I use. I'll sometimes use a nice setting spray and moisten the sponge up a little bit, and then use that, and it works
Ew,
amazing.
I hate that word.
What?
Moist. I don't
Oh,
know
moist.
why.
I know so many people
I
hate
hate that
moist.
word.
Elf's primer. I haven't tried. Oh yeah, yeah, the putty primer I have. I'm lying. I love the putty primer. I really like it a lot. Um, I have so many. I have a whole bag here of my makeup, guys. I'm gonna do a makeup video, a stream, showing you guys my products because I finally took them all and put them right here because there's a lot that I have to use. I want to use. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Um, Okay, Vera, love you. She probably left, but yeah. Hey, just John, how are you? Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to do my makeup today. I did take off the lashes yesterday to let my eyes breathe, so I was able to do some makeup because y'all know I'd be missing doing my makeup. I was like, I'm missing some eye makeup, so. And it was a special day. I had to do some eye makeup, so. But I thank you guys for being here with us today. Tomorrow we'll come back. We're gonna have I think it's gonna be a fun discussion. Some people probably gonna be mad, but it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Oh, what? Yes. Listen, the beauty community on TikTok is like worse than the beauty community was on YouTube, and it's some of the same players. They're just using a short format on TikTok now. It's crazy. Thank you, Just John. Thank you so much for that. So it's crazy on TikTok. That's why I only have 2 videos uploaded on TikTok. I don't even want to become like, I don't want that to become a main thing. I just think it's fun. Um, but yeah, they outrageous. Hey, Susu, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. But so we'll be back tomorrow, si Dios quiere, and we're gonna JJ, you're gonna have some points that you're gonna write down, right? I gotta write down some too, so I won't forget. JJ?
I muted
JJ?
myself. I
Oh,
muted
okay.
myself. No, I'm
Oh,
here. Yes, I am. I have a bunch of points in my head and
mhm.
ready, and I'm just gonna write them down so that way I don't forget because I definitely will forget.
Oh no, yeah, me.
And it's basically gonna be like things that you like getting along online, things that you see, like things that creators do in a stream that can drive you crazy, things that other like for example, I'll just give you an example. Like for
Mm-hmm.
me, and I'm not telling other people what to do, but I'm saying for me, I don't ever announce like other people's stream when I'm in a chat. like, oh, so and so
Right,
is live right now. Like,
right.
no, that usually
Thank
ticks
you.
off
Thank you.
creators.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I think it's because some people get really upset when you do that in their stream. That's why I never do that. Like,
Understandable.
I won't be like, I don't go into somebody's thing and be like, I'm about to, bye guys, I'm about to go live. I don't do that because I think it's disrespectful. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and sometimes if you know the creators, they'll know if you're going live. You know what I mean? So if they don't say it, then don't say it. That's how I feel. That's just me.
Me
Um,
too.
and that's just how I feel about that because some creators don't care, but I think it's just about respect because once you say that, some people are gonna leave. And I think it's just a matter of respect.
Yeah. So that was just an example. So
Yeah,
people, have an idea. And I think it'll be a fun discussion too.
yeah. Steven, I'll show you about the primer thing. Um, Elf has a bunch. They had the putty ones. Now they have some that are different, more liquidy. And I some people don't use primer, they just use like face primer, they just use moisturizer. I use both.
Me
I
too.
do my face, I put moisturizer on, then I put a primer on. And that's just how I do. And I don't put foundation. I don't have foundation on. I have concealer under my eyes and I have bronzer and blush, but I don't have foundation on. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, thank you,
You're just
Joe.
letting people say when they are going live and you didn't speak up. So I said, "Oh no, and thank you, Joe." But as content creators, I mean, as content creators, it's disrespectful to say it in another content creators live. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
how I feel. As
If
a
they announce it, it's different. If the
right,
creator allows it or asks for it, that's
right,
different. But you don't
yes,
want to be in the middle of a stream and be like, so and so went live, and then everybody leaves
yeah.
that
Or
creator's
me to be
channel
like,
because
"Oh, I'm going live." Like I could never do that. But then again, that's just me. I'm just stupid selfie. But I just feel like, damn, I can't be disrespectful to somebody's stream. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't be like, okay, guys, I'm going live, or I'm going. Now, if they ask, oh, selfie, are you going live? Then I'll be like, yeah, I'm going live at 6:30. If they ask, you know what I mean? But I'm not. I've never done it. Like, okay, guys, gotta leave. See you later. I'm going live. I'll leave, go live, come back, and be like, hey, I'm back. That's what
all
I
the
do. I will
time.
announce that I'm back, but I won't announce that I'm leaving to go live. I just don't do that. That's just me.
Subs, we can
Yes,
say it
sub,
right.
you can do
Yeah, as
whatever you
long
want.
as
Right. I think as
yeah.
as a content creator, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But subs like to tell each other, I listen, I don't tell people what to do. I just don't do it
Right.
as a sign of respect because I
Mhm.
am a content creator. So I know how it feels when you're in a stream and somebody else gets announced and everybody's like pew 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 pew. So I just extend that respect to other people. Hi, Micah. It's like being at a party talking about a
Yeah.
Christmas party. Yeah,
Right.
like, oh, such and such. Yeah, they got better food over there.
Great
Let's go.
analogy.
Like,
Yes.
and you leave and you take everybody with you. Like, that is a great analogy, Mike. That is a great analogy. That is exactly how it feels. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much, sweetie. And that was a great comment to leave on right there. Right there, she hit it right on the head. But I tonight was an amazing night. Thank you for gifting the memberships, JJ. Thank you for
You're
everybody for
welcome.
the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships. I appreciate you guys and just everybody for being here, dropping by, sending your congratulations, stopping in. It means a lot. It means a lot, and I'm glad that I got to come and celebrate with you guys. It was important to me. Sorry, excuse me. It was important to me, and to have you guys here with me, it means a lot. It means a lot. So I thank you guys so much, and we'll be back
Mhm.
tomorrow. I'm excited doing like what the hell? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I
Shit, I'm
know. We're on a roll. We on a
what?
roll.
Actually doing content. What the hell?
Thank
But I
you,
love
juror
you
number
guys.
6. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing.
thank you, juror number
You're
6.
amazing.
She really is. You guys are amazing. You guys like keep us coming back. You guys don't know. If it wasn't for you guys, we'd be like, fuck you too.
Yeah, oh yeah, we would have done that a long time ago.
Long time ago. You guys have no idea. We come back for you guys. We love you guys so much. Oh my God. Thank you. Hey, sweetie. Oh my God. I am Alamo. Thank you. This is,
Oh,
I went to high school. I went to
oh,
high
she's
school with
so pretty.
Alamo. She's beautiful. I went to high school with her. Thank you so much, sweetie. That is so awesome. Thank you guys. Okay, I will. I will, Bliss. I'll
Yeah.
check. Thank you guys. Oh, that
All right.
was so nice. Thank you, Alamo. So nice. I love you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your
Hmm.
evening. I hope you guys have a great, great evening, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay?
Yep.
Good night, everybody. I love you
Good
guys.
night.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Bye.
you for stopping by. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.